that's ugly. But I'm gonna go to my bad now, dude. Guys, straight up. For those of you guys who don't know, we've had Chris Do on our episode. For those of you guys who have watched that episode had a lot of tense energy. For me, Chris Do is my idol. I was literally shaking. I've never, in the 90-ish guests that we've talked to, I was never shaking to talk to anybody. Because this guy I've been following for over 4+ years. He is technically my idol in the design world. And like, you know, when they say never meet your heroes, yeah, guys, that saying is true, for fuck's sakes. Like, literally, just never meet your heroes. Because, I don't know, his energy. What is up, you guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Two Times Once podcast. We are at 99. I fucked up the first time. Salman corrected me like 3 or 4 times in the past. Like right now, like he's like, dude, you're not saying it right. We're not back at episode 99. We're at episode 99. Some errors happen like that. Listen, guys,
to summarize.
Yeah.
To summarize, we're here to talk to each other, to have a good time, to have casual conversations.
Yeah.
And since this is the 99th episode, we decided to do it without any guests, So it's just me and you. We're going to talk about literally all the shit we've done in the last year and a week or however long we've been at this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be really
the good,
awesome.
The bad, the ugly.
You want to jump right into it?
The bad, the ugly. Oh. Yeah, man. Guys, so we've been doing this for 99 episodes. That means we've talked to around 90-ish guests so far. That's a big number. And with that, you have really, really good guests. And we're glad that most of our episodes have really, really good guests. We have some guests who are not so great, which are bad. And fortunately for us, that's very, very rare. But that does happen. And the ugly, where we feel like things could have gone better. If we had done it in a certain way, or if the guests had come off in a different way. But overall, Salman and I both have compiled a list of a few episode numbers and names of guests that we think are really, really good, and really, really bad, and really, really ugly. And yeah, Salman, you kick it off, man. Who's in the good for you? Like, which episode really resonated with you?
I didn't know we were supposed to do like episode numbers, so that's interesting. But you guys,
we're not doing episode number. We're not doing episode number.
All right, okay. Thank God. I was like, I haven't written down numbers, but here's one that I really liked. Do you remember Ryder Chasen? The guy is a comedian. He was a really fun guy, normal dude who's just funny to talk to.
Man.
But here's why I love him, because we had, I think, a comedian on right before Ryder as well, if I'm not wrong, who was just hilarious.
Well, I think we had him after. We had him after. What was his name?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, so we had Ryder. He was freaking hilarious. We loved him. Then he told us to talk to his friend Clay.
One of the good guests.
Clay. Now Clay Thompson. I loved it. Thompson. You know why? Because I'm watching that episode while I'm editing it, and I'm laughing my ass off because he's making all these really nice references and jokes and doing impressions of like mafia guys. And Saad is just sitting there like with a blank look on his face because every joke in that episode went right over your head. It's like, no offense to you, buddy, but I love that episode just because of how out of touch you were with that one.
That's why. Bro, fuck that, bro. That's why I put that episode in the ugly part, because I was like, bro, this episode could have gone way better. Dude, Clay Thompson, I put him in the ugly part. Like, dude, I just didn't understand Jack, bro. He wasn't. I didn't understand anything, bro. Everything just flew over my head. I think you're right. And
it did. It did.
We just didn't resonate.
You can tell.
Our energies just didn't resonate.
I think me and him were on like the same
our energies
low-key
just weren't aligned.
Comedic wavelength. While you were like up here, and everything just you didn't see it coming, and that was one of my favorite parts.
I just didn't see it coming.
I had a feeling
it's an ugly episode, so it's not bad. It's like something that could have gone way better for me at least. But
if it gone better for you, it wouldn't have been as good for me because that's why I enjoyed it.
And the reason this podcast works most of the time is because you and I are two very different people, bro. And some things you find funny, I don't find funny. Things I find funny, you don't find funny at all, which is just 100%. Natural. And I feel like that's what makes this whole thing.
That's why we don't send each other memes on Instagram anymore.
We just don't because my memes are dark, they're dank, and they're just like, they'll send me to jail in some countries, guys. My memes will send me to jail. So yeah, I don't know about Salman's memes, like I don't know what he sends to other people, but my memes will send me to jail. So yeah, for me, the good episode, dude, has to be Hamza Hamid. Like one of the recent episodes I was just scrolling through. That episode caught my eye because number one, it got really good views. I'm a big view guy. Okay. Number two, cars. And we brought on the guru of the car scene. And you know what's the best part about this episode? It's not just that. The episode was about a car guy and just talking about cars and all that. The fact that the episode had very good pacing, bro. The episode's pacing was so good that I had friends message me. They said they couldn't take their eyes off the screen. The pacing, the speed, the way we shifted topics at a good rate. He was a great storyteller, and I feel like we guided him along to the right topics that I wanted to hit on within the 25-minute time limit that we had, and I feel like it's because of all those things just coming together, it made for a banger episode. And I'm personally more biased towards it because I'm a car guy, but I feel like a lot of people personally texted me who hadn't seen my podcast before. They were like, "This is a really good episode. We couldn't keep our eyes off the screen. Our eyes were glued to the screen. We just couldn't look anywhere." And keeping a retention rate for over 20 to 25 minutes is something unheard of. So I'm just really happy with that. It was a really good episode. That's for me. That's the good one for me.
Where else are you gonna go to learn about like a first-hand experience of an underground street racing scene, right? Like that is actually something very rare. Like that was a gold mine right there.
Very rare, very rare. All right. For me, I've talked about my ugly. Salman, I think you should talk about your ugly, man. Like, because I've already said mine.
I've got two. All right. First one's kind of small, but I have to bring it out. First couple episodes. Remember how bad my laptop was? It'd take me like 8 hours to try and edit an episode. My laptop wouldn't charge. I'd have to hold it like half sideways the entire time. That was terrible. That was terrible. Yeah. But moving on,
Guys, what these people do not know is that the struggles we went through in the initial days to streamline our podcast. Bro, remember the episode with Jamal, episode number 2, when we had our first guest on halfway? Dude, his video is not even on for the first half of the podcast. His video turns on the second half. And we didn't bother recording it. We're like, we just need this out there. Yeah, he forgot. We're just like, we'll just go with it. He was just recording audio. And we were just like, let's just go with it, and we just needed to be out there. And at the end of the day, guys, we had a lot of hiccups along the way, but you guys just hopefully never noticed.
We're still facing them, right?
Continue.
But so my actual ugly, and this isn't like ugly because it's been a lot of fun, but we've spoken to so many people consecutively in the music scene, in the indie music scene, that like I reached a point where I didn't know what to ask them anymore. Because, I have all these questions, but I've asked them, I've heard the answers. It gets repetitive, which is why it was good for us to branch out and do something new. So, I didn't
it does.
How repetitive that got.
And guys, guys, that's why we're focusing the next season that's going to come out is going to be a little less music scene based, because we've literally covered every other motherfucker in this like middle to lower middle whatever category. It's like we know their friends, we know their friends now, and we know their friends' relatives as well now. Like that's how deeply penetrated we are into the whole music scene of Pakistan. And yeah, guys, we just want to get out of it now. We want to branch out into new avenues. But yeah, guys, it gets redundant. The questions are the same. The stories are relatively the same. Like, I woke up one day, I've always liked it, and I tried doing it. Oh, it popped off. There you go. Yeah.
Like, that's the music scene. But you know what I found really refreshing? You remember Sikandar? The athlete Sikandar? Like, I think
Movement mechanics?
Yeah, movement mechanics. So this guy's, an athlete. Yeah. He's extremely fit. He's all about health and fitness. And after that episode with him, I felt like I'd just come from like a mountain resort where I'd been meditating like 5 hours a day for a whole week. Like speaking to that man,
amazing guy,
was
like his voice was calming. It was smooth, and his tonality was confident. It was calm. It was inspiring. It was composed, and the way and the knowledge and the knowledge that he had, bro, the knowledge that was just fucking seeping out of his pores. It was immense. Like, do guys watch that episode? It's I don't know what number it is. It's the thumbnail is a guy doing a handstand, something like that. But yeah, it's a very, very good episode for me. So yeah, that's ugly. But I'm gonna go to my bad now, dude. Guys, straight up, For those of you guys who don't know, we've had Chris Do on our episode. For those of you guys who have watched that episode had a lot of tense energy. For me, Chris Do is my idol. I was literally shaking. I've never, in the 90-ish guests that we've talked to, I was never shaking to talk to anybody. Because this guy I've been following for over 4+ years. He is technically my idol in the design world. And like, you know when they say never meet your heroes? Yeah, guys, that saying is true, for fuck's sakes. Like, literally, never meet your heroes. Because, I don't know, his energy was completely different. My energy was completely different. I tried cracking jokes. Imagine cracking jokes. Imagine cracking jokes at your biggest idol and then they're just deflecting off of his face and he has a straight poker face and you're like, okay, now what do I do now? Because usually in that situation I'd be all right.
Happened. And listen, Saad's jokes are terrible, but like they weren't even that bad. Great. They weren't even that bad. Like he deserved some laughs there. But I think the problem there was that Christo came on wanting to give an interview, wanting to tell his life story, but I mean he's done that on so many other podcasts. I'm sure Saad's seen them. What we wanted is just talk to him, get to know him the way we have with everyone else. And that didn't click. But that's definitely one of the bads. But listen, I'm like going up and down this list of episodes, right? And I see a couple. Dude, I see a couple that like it's crazy we have these stories on here. Like Rinzan's story about fleeing to Nepal. We've got literally so many people who've done crazy things. I remember, what's his name? Gucci Meme? Guys, there's this Instagram Gucci page with like the meme 2 million followers. It's a big meme page. And one day, the guy who has this thing just drops his PlayStation like user ID on Instagram. And I'm talking to Saad and our friend Jamal. We're playing PlayStation at the time. And they just leave the party. And they come back like 5 minutes later and they're like, hey, we got a guest with 2 million followers. He's going to be on the podcast. And it was so random, but it was so interesting to see, like, you know, if you want to learn about how people make money through memes, that is where to go. Yeah.
And what's your bad, man? What's your bad, man?
Bad?
I've told my bad. I've told my good, ugly, and the bad.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've kind of gone over. Like, I mean, it's shared, right? Like we've had a lot of these shared experiences because we've both been on every episode. Yeah, I'll have a bad eventually, but for now, let's keep going on the good, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god! Boo! 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 Tell us your bad, bro. We know you have a bad.
Okay, my bad. You're gonna make me find one. Ooh, let's see. Bro, I feel like this is.
What do you mean you're gonna make me find, bro? Just scroll down a little bit, dude. It's not a lot of pressure. It's just like, you know.
No,
dude, we're 13 minutes in. Nobody will know. People
okay, my bad. I mean, okay, I could just say my bad's been working with you, right? Like that's been exhausting, no doubt there. But 100% worth it.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay, fine. Bro, I'll give you a real answer.
That's such a pussy cop out answer.
Fine.
That's such a cop out answer. Not gonna lie.
Let's see. We have.
I have a couple of bads. Not gonna lie. Like I'm scrolling down.
Why don't you give one more, and then I swear I'll have a bad to give you.
Dude, Nadal, dude, like things just didn't work out after the podcast and everything, and I'ma just leave it at that. Like, you know, it is what it is.
That's fair. I really thought I'd have some more time to come up with one.
Bro, I see it. Bro,
you see it?
Bro, I see it.
Bro, you probably know what my bad is, right?
Episode number 39. Episode number 39. Go and check it out. Like just hover over it.
How's that a bad? I love that episode.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really enjoyed talking to Dijink. Okay, let's. I have a good that I do want to bring up. There's so many people.
Bring up a good, then bring up a bad.
There's so many people that we've like, either we've gone to school with them, or they were like seniors or juniors, or they're like very close friends of friends who we've never met before, who we've like mutually known of but never spoken to, who we've like learned so much about from this podcast. So many of like I don't know what it is with like just the circle we're in, but so many people are doing big things with their life, and to get to like speak to and know all those people was awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Dude, do you want me to be honest about this whole circle thing? I'm gonna be honest. I thought most of the people that we grew up with would be like low lives and drug dealers, but they're actually like doing great things, which I'm shocked.
They are. I mean, I didn't think they'd be drug dealers, but I wasn't expecting like the greatness that we see people going towards.
Oh, for sure, bro. What do you think of Chini's episodes? They have to be cemented in the legacy as one of the greatest episodes to have ever been on a podcast, especially his first appearance. Chini's first
appearance was beautiful. I'd say the fact that we've had
second was okay.
One guest on 3 times, that's a bad for me. Like,
yeah,
I like this guy is a close friend of mine, and even I can get tired of him.
Please don't.
Dude, I don't have more bets.
Cop out answer, man. Dude, just give me an actual bet. Give me an actual.
I've got a real
one.
Dude,
you do. I'm sure you do, bro.
All right. So this is what shit my mic. Anyway, this is episode number 70 something, I think. Me and Saad are both kind of burnt out from the podcast.
Okay.
And we're like, okay, we're gonna take a break soon, but we didn't decide on when that was. And at one point, like, Saad just like blew up at the end of the episode, or at the start of the episode.
I know what you're fucking.
And he starts an episode by saying, "Guys, this is the last episode, maybe ever." And he gave like no context at all. And then you went and you made an Instagram post saying our last episode, and people are messaging me saying, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, I was so pissed at you. You were genuinely a child, son. Like the most immature piece of shit I have ever seen in my life.
Dude, I love being a child. I love being a child because it keeps things lively, it keeps things fresh, and being a child, it's just so refreshing. But I agree.
It's all good until you almost get kicked out of your gym, Saul. Do you want to talk about that? Saul got kicked out
that
of
wasn't
gym,
on me,
guys.
bro. The guy pushed me first. The guy pushed me. The guy pushed me first. But yeah, I'm glad it's at the end of the episode. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This was great. Also, I'm going to drop one last bombshell. One of the really good episodes that I really enjoyed was episode number 15, I think, Shams. Your dad's episode was top tier.
Yes. Oh, that was great. Honestly, that made this podcast worth it. Just for me to connect with him in a different way. That's something, you don't often do with your parents. So yeah, I love that one. Yeah. All right. On that note, boys.
Exactly. And I think we're done with that, guys. Thank you so much.
Peace, everyone.